we're going to talk about why we use n-1 in sample variance instead of n. First, let's define what we mean by sample variance. Sample variance is a measure of how much the individual observations in a sample vary from the sample mean. It's calculated by taking the sum of the squared deviations from the sample mean and dividing it by the sample size minus 1. So why do we use n-1 instead of n? The reason is that when we calculate the variance of a sample, we are estimating the variance of the entire population based on a subset of the data. Since we don't have access to the entire population, we have to use the sample to estimate the population variance. When we calculate the sample variance using n in the denominator, it gives us a biased estimate of the population variance. In other words, the sample variance will tend to underestimate the population variance. This is because the sample mean is used to estimate the population mean, and the sample mean tends to be closer to the sample observations than to the population mean. To correct for this bias, we use n-1 in the denominator instead of n. By using n-1, we're effectively using a smaller denominator, which gives us a larger variance. This larger variance corrects for the bias caused by using the sample mean to estimate the population mean. So, we use n-1 in sample variance instead of n to correct for the bias that results from using a sample to estimate the population variance. This correction helps to ensure that our estimate of the population variance is as accurate as possible based on the available sample data. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.